college football did the Gators kind of a solid yesterday, I thought.
College football did.
I think so. Or
Did
television.
they give them a couple extra wins?
No,
Oh,
the
okay.
schedule times came out.
All right.
And
What was the what
Oh,
jumped out as advantageous?
well, they're night games in the beginning, which is good.
Okay, because
I mean,
it's
and you got
hot.
Tennessee under the lights in Gainesville, which is your best chance to pull an upset. There's something about the
Oh, I didn't
swamp at
notice
night.
that's a night game.
Yeah.
I did not see that. So
Yeah, you're gonna
CBS is starting to take a pass on the Gators in that 3:30 window. You're there for a while. You fall out of that, and you.
Oh yeah.
Tennessee used to be a natty game at night, by the way. CBS had used one of their nighttime windows for that bad boy.
Oh yeah, 9.
That's going to be an opportunity for Florida. Most would expect they go lose at Utah. They come back for an easy one, right?
Yeah.
In their one in between, they got like a Eastern Washington, that type of game. I know it's not them specifically.
Yes, they have McNeese State, a big thriller.
Yeah, McNeese State, and then Tennessee comes to town.
And then Tennessee,
And then you go to-
Charlotte.
Charlotte comes
and
to
then
town.
you go to Kentucky.
All right, you got to come out
Real
of there.
chance to go 4-0 out of the gates.
Well, you got Utah before that.
Oh, that's right.
You need to be
3-1.
You know,
2-2.
4-1. They need to be 4-1. If you're
4-1 after Kentucky.
you do.
No, then you'll be 5-1 because you get Vandy at home in the revenge game.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't. I mean, I do, again, I do. I don't, and I don't think that's preposterous, even for a Florida team that has not reached its own. I mean, you've got.
We will not be 5-1 after 6.
I'm not saying we are. You should.
Better chance of being 3-3 than 5-1, in my opinion.
And you would have a lot of. I mean, look, you're putting all your hope in a quarterback who's not.
I
shown
just
any
can't
ability
shake this vision of the Oregon State bowl game out of my head, and an offense that is awful. I can't get that out of my head.
No, well, everyone sat, so they didn't have anybody that they'll be playing this. But yeah, it was ugly. I'm not going to now pretend like it wasn't. 33 was an embarrassment. I look at that as just an utter embarrassment. But there's other things.
I don't know what
you could latch on
we
to
had a
from
guy
last
get
year.
drafted 4th overall who played the most important position on the field, and we won 6 games. We're bringing in a guy who's not near as accomplished, even at the college level, or quite frankly.
But could very well have a better year than Richardson did. And the reason Richardson got drafted,
I don't see it, Jeffrey.
Well, the reason Richardson got drafted, Richardson's stats were so bad. That's the point.
Yeah.
Graham Mertz's stats in Wisconsin weren't any worse than Anthony Richardson's in Gainesville.
Well, they were very similar passing wise, but you also had the running from Richardson.
No, the bottom line with Richardson, and you know this, and I know this, and yes, Florida had a quarterback who went number 4, but he was drafted number 4 almost exclusively on his potential, not on what he has shown. It's not like Cam Newton going number 1, right?
All right, worst case scenario is you lose to Utah, you beat McNeese, you lose to Tennessee, you beat Charlotte. At Kentucky, you could very easily lose. You would be.
What's a harder game, Tennessee at home or Kentucky on the road?
Tennessee at home, I think.
Yeah, not sure.
2-3.
Tennessee lost a ton, guys.
Beat Vandy 3-3. Could lose at South Carolina 3-4. Georgia 3-5. Arkansas at home with the black uniforms. Could lose that 3-6. LSU there 3-7. Florida at Missouri. Oh my God, this could go off the rails.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one thing that you said there that we'll keep it as a basis is you did say worst case scenario.
Worst case.
They're not 3-7. If they're 3-7, fire his A after 10 games of year 2. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Nobody does this. Nobody does it. Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody at a big time school who's ever worth a flip comes in and in 2 years is sub 500 2 years in a row. Not one. Not in today's day and age. Maybe back in the day you could hire Newt Rockne and live through a couple of losing seasons, but nobody in today's day and age comes into a program like a Florida and starts, 10 and 18.
There's not going to be okay. How about this? Best case scenario.
Let me play this game. You're incapable. There is no best case scenario for you.
What's
best case scenario? You're 0. Okay, and again, in fairness, best case scenario is you split Utah, Tennessee. So you're 1-1. McNeese 2-1. Charlotte 3-1. At Kentucky 4-1. Home versus Vanderbilt 5-1.
I'd stop you right there. Best case scenario after the first 5 is 3-2 in my mind. Continue.
I don't know how you can say.
Well, Kentucky's beaten us 3 out of 4, and Tennessee beat us last year. But continue. Go ahead. You do you. You do it. It's your thing.
I was trying to. You said best case scenario, and you stopped me. It's not like you act like I got him winning it in Athens or Tuscaloosa. You're
gonna have us 12-1.
This guy's got us going to Lexington like it's a basketball game and Petito's coaching.
Yeah, that's how we've played the last few years.
Oh God.
But continue. 4-1.
I'm not continuing.
No, you do it.
No, I'm not. I'm not continuing. Whatever. The best case scenario is 8-4. There you go. I'm done.
No,
I'm not going to go game by game.
5-1.
Which one it is.
At South Carolina, could you win that?
You can win that.
6-1.
Sure.
Georgia, you can't win that.
No.
6-2. Arkansas, 7-2.
For sure.
At LSU,
no, probably not.
7-3. Missouri,
sure.
8-3. Florida State,
you can win that game at home.
The best case.
The best case scenario. Yeah. I don't think that's outrageous, and that's not picking them to beat these superstar teams.
Say it was outrageous.
Yeah.
Stop being so damn sensitive.
Well, it's not sensitive. I'm giving best case scenario. You're acting like winning at Kentucky is not included in the best case scenario.
Because
it's best case.
9-3, and then you want to fire Napier when he's going to be 3-5,
and you want to hold him forever, and then tell me they're going to be 3-8.
I don't want to hold him forever. I just think he's got to get 4 years.
I'm not telling you what I'm doing. I'm telling you what will happen.
They won't fire him.
I'm telling you what everyone is going to say. By the way,
100%.
I'll give you another little.
How many times have I said patience and Gator Nation do not go together?
Yeah, but here's where I have switched. They shouldn't. Keep him for 4 years. If Billy Napier goes the first 2 years sub 500, he ain't working. He won't work.
So you want him fired if he goes 6-7, 6-7?
I don't want to fire. What I'm saying
what are you
is,
saying?
You're dead.
Well, why wouldn't
you're dead for another
fire
2?
him.
Because you will be attributed to it's just an impatient fan base.
Well, I mean, it is.
There's a reality. If you hire a guy who follows up 6-7 with 6-7, he ain't winning in Gainesville. So I don't care if you fire him this year or let it play out, or better yet, let him must champion, go 10-2 1 year and earn some more.
I want to do FSU's in just a second, but I have a quick question. What is the college baseball capital of the world? Like, what area of the country?
Well, I mean, it depends on
right,
why.
Let me rephrase it. What state has the best college baseball right now?
South Carolina.
Is it fair to say the Magnolia State?
South Carolina. That's what I said, right?
Is that the Magnolia State? I thought Mississippi was a Magnolia State.
Well, Mississippi State aren't in the.
Yeah, but they both won natties the last 2 years.
Yeah, but right now they're.
Yeah, but I got another. I got another Mississippi school in.
Those two missed the tournament.
Yeah, but I got Southern Miss. What if they win? Yeah, if Southern Miss wins it all this year, will you claim Mississippi as the baseball capital of the world?
No, but
yes, because they're not going to. But yeah,
that'd be a hell of a run.
All right.
I was going to go South Carolina with South Carolina, Clemson, and Coastal.
That's fine.
Right?
That's not bad. Florida and Miami. My FSU schedule really doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is September for FSU. Somehow they've got to have things worked out where they are firing on all cylinders. Opening game, and then 3 weeks later at Memorial Stadium in Death Valley. Right? If they're 2-2, they'll have a year, but it is what it is. If they're 3-1, they got a shot. If they're 4-0, dare we say Final Four, baby? Let me ask you this: if FSU goes 4-0, how many games would they lose the rest of the way? If they go 4-0 and they beat LSU and Clemson,
maybe one. Yeah, maybe one.
I'd say probably one, because they'll probably have. There's always one game, but right. Are you buying into FSU as a Final Four team? Yes or no?
I'm buying into the excitement that FSU fan has right now.
Okay, but
no,
I'm
not.
You don't think they will? No. You think they'll lose 2 or 3 games?
I don't think they're going to win the ACC, and you don't win the ACC, you're going to get. I would take
Clemson.
Have to win the ACC. I would take Clemson over FSU. I don't think FSU's going 11-1. I think they're going more like 9-3 or 10-2.
All right.
So I could be wrong. I don't know.
10-2 ain't bad.
Well, no, it's very good.
Yeah.
They were 10-3 last year.
I'd love to be 10-2.
Yeah, they were 9-3 and then 10-3 with the bowl win. So certainly, Arrow pointed up, this is such a big year to capitalize because I don't trust. We've forgotten the questions we had about Mike Norvell because of what they did last year. And some of those questions still exist after he loses this mammoth wave of talent. Because it's all leave. They all stayed this year.
Yeah.
Somehow you got cats like Jared Verse and to stick around, and you've added. They have. I saw somebody had listed the all transfer team, and Knowles had 4 on there.
4
2 on
going into this year.
2 of this year's transfer portal.
That's
2 on offense, 2 on defense. At the end of the day, if you're going to play with Alabama and LSU, and Georgia, and Clemson and Ohio State, you're going to have to recruit like Alabama and LSU and Georgia and Ohio State and Clemson. Mike Norvell's not done that yet. What's his best recruiting class been? Was it this year's 15 maybe, or Like the high school now, they're way ahead of the game for next year. I'll give you that. But as he's built this program, he's built it with recruiting classes that have fallen between 15 and 25. No.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And I'm not speaking out of turn. So this is a special group where all of the elements are coming together.
He's done it. I give him credit, but he's done it ass backwards. He's done it with the transfer portal versus the recruiting.
And maybe, by the way, that is a sustainable product.
I don't know.
But after this year, you're losing that quarterback who, without him, are you 9-3 last year?
No.
Do you beat Florida if you don't have Jordan Travis? Probably not.
Probably not.
All right, you won by in a back-and-forth game.
He was great.
And now, look, I don't want to make too much of the Florida game. That's a rivalry game. FSU played good football down the stretch. 41-16 over Georgia Tech. 45-3 at Miami. 38-3 at Syracuse. I mean, late in November, they went on the road back-to-back and outscored their ACC opponents 83-6. So, finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight overall, but they had that 3-game lose. Have they turned the corner where they no longer lose to Wake or NC State or Boston College or Syracuse or Louisville?
I have one more college sports question to pose your way. Is the SEC better in football or baseball?
It's not just better, it's significantly better in baseball. In baseball, there are legitimate 7 or 8 teams in the SEC that can win it all this year and a lot of years.
The last 4 national champions in football are from the SEC.
Okay. Well, the last 2 are from SEC in baseball, and probably 3 or 4.
4 of the last 5 in baseball.
Yeah. Here's why I think
they're 4 different teams.
Well, and that's the thing. Why I think it's baseball. And Florida can make it 5 different this year.
No, Florida won in 17.
Okay, they don't. Well, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, 20's thrown out.
20's out.
Specifically in my head, I said, well, let's take 17 out. Yeah, it's been 5. It's that reality.
By the way, in Florida,
here's what we're never going to do, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
The drill will be retired, long gone, and buried. Our kids will be listening to the radio, and Mississippi and Mississippi State will not have won back-to-back college football championships.
Correct.
That's why they're better in baseball.
Shout out to who can you count on?
Who can you count on? Got a natty.
Feel bad for you.
And missed the tournament. This is the SEC tournament, I think.
They were horrible this year.
Yeah. That's
horrible.
Crazy, isn't it?
Like 6-24 in the conference.
So anyway, there's that.